be on the Elsa.
Then do you ban it away? You've obviously got a Lindis as well as a Florentino ban, which means that they only have one more. No, they say the Sephora gets taken off the board.
Maybe they're gambling Cream will ban it. I think that would be a safe bet, and it is. Sleepy Team, this ought to be...
do you Varus or do you first pick? Do you first pick a net
Richter?
Here? Oh, Richter.
Well,
yeah,
Richter does come through. Richter makes a lot of sense here. They need kind of a brawling style of composition, and up against Varus, Richter can work really well as well.
Yeah, we've seen the Richter win the match into Varus in the top lane before. Varus relying on those sustained fights that the Richter just flat out wins due to their AoE damage ultimate.
Does this create an opportunity though? Varus seems to be the next pick, and a Nanette as a possibility as well for Cream Esports, locking in that support and denying it away from Sleepy Team.
Yeah, this is what I would have liked to see Sleepy Team do last game. I think a Net Varus combination just works so well, but at the same time, Zafira wasn't banned last game, so that's still something to consider.
Net Varus is a really good composition. I do think range damage kind of chews it up if you a burst, because a Net, even built relatively tanky as support Nets always are, doesn't quite thrive underneath burst damage in the same way some of the more traditional tank characters do.
Yeah, that could be the case, but I like the Tulan pick here, denying that off of the enemy.
Yeah, this is burst damage on both counts. Tulan, Nacroth, both good into this setup. You can't go for sustained team fights against this comp. You need to be able to burn them down.
Remember, Nacroth was also banned away by Cream Esports in game #1, so this could be an opportunity for them to get a comfort pick back into their hands. Cream, though, has a chance to go for something. They have an opportunity to go with their mid and lock down a comfort pick for Alex P.
I asked the question, why did that Nacroth get knocked out? I actually looked it up, and it is Matroy's expressed preferred character, so it may be his main.
Yeah, it could be the main, but at the same time, now that we're on to second ban phase, I would imagine Sleepy Team wanting to deny Liliana off of Cream Esports because Cream hasn't picked their mid laner just yet. Ryoma, Net, and Varus are pretty good, but they want to deny Liliana off of Cream.
On the other hand, if Cream are smart, this is Telenas Wisp, and you keep Z off of her favorite characters, and the Sleepy Team have lost their side lane potential.
Yeah, that could be the case, but again, maybe Z has practiced something, I don't know, interesting.
We saw the Yorn last week, and it didn't work.
It was rough, but you both are still correct 100% in the predictions. Talanis banned away by Cream. Liliana banned away. Now, if Cream is smart, they ban away the Wisp. Sleepy Team.
Hold on. That might be a teamy ban. Because they don't have a support on the side of Sleepy Team, and teaming would make a lot of sense.
They do go for it. This leaves the Wisp still on the cards if they allow it, though, and we've seen Z be so terrifying, especially this game, not fearing for their life against an Elsu. I think Sleepy Team would thrive. The only option is maybe Cream drafted themselves. If Cream Esports ban out Telenas and draft Wisp into Talented in that bottom lane, Sleepy Team have a tall task to face, particularly because the Wisp would be good into this composition.
Yeah, that...
Do it!
Omega!
Oh, you shouted too loudly, they got scared. The flash ban comes through, they're worried about the CC potential from the mid lane. That Cyclone's perfect for gathering up their squishier characters.
It does feel like now, once again, Alex P is going to be forced onto what is going to be an Alistair game.
If this isn't Wisp,
is it really forced, though? When you're as talented as Alex P, is anything really ever forced with you and a hero in the mid lane?
The thing is, Sleepy Team can use the knowledge that Alex P went on an Alistair yesterday up against Nova when those specific characters were banned. So they know what's coming their way, so they can potentially take a counter pick or force, not force Alex P, but make him change the style.
But they've already drafted a Nacroth, and if an Alistair comes through against that, I think the Alistair wins that matchup.
Funnel.
Yeah, but the Sleepy Team still has two picks to counter the Alistair pick.
Cream Esports, I would have predicted that was a Wisp. They opt instead to go for the Wonder Woman on Talented.
You know what? I would love to see Chaugnar support right now. Because Chaugnar Void's Cleanse would work wonders up against Alistair.
There's a D2 somewhere in the world that is screaming at the monitor.
Why is this Yorn? Don't do this.
Oh, Baldwin works well as well.
Why are you not playing Wisp?
I don't feel like they're comfortable. I don't feel like they're as comfortable with the Wisp up against a Wonder Woman Ryoma.
You think it's the Wonder Woman that's making the difference? The mobility is scary, but I would say the Wisp definitely has higher mobility than the Yorn. So if you're looking for something that can get out of the fights, you would expect it to be the Wisp because she has that dash on loose cannon.
I want the Raz. I want to see the Raz on Alex P, but instead, of course, Alex P trying to be the smart player. Thank you,
I would have preferred the Alistair
for that one. Kali seems to be the hover. Alistar as well, still backline threats. Kali, opportunity now, especially with the front line that you have available for Cream.
So the advantage of the Kali is that it zones out into the Yorn, and it can shred the Bolden before the fights start. The disadvantage is it's a much easier target for the Nacroth, should they be able to get into the backlines, a much easier target for the Richter, should they be able to get into the backlines. And that's why I think the Alistar's ability to deny that mobility would have been a little bit stronger.
Well, Kali is the one that is locked in, so that's who we will have to see today. As now Sleepy Team, again, the questionable Yorn pick. Z has not performed on that Yorn in the times past, but for the sake of theory crafting, is there a world where this Yorn makes sense in this composition?
It actually makes a lot of sense, because if you look at the Cream Esports side, they only have Kali dealing damage. So if Nacroth can take Kali out of the fight, the rest of Sleepy Team can defend that Yorn and deal damage to the front line, because they need to be kind of mobile here, and Yorn will be able to stick back, and those fierce shots landing time and time again, because he uses those abilities, will come in handy.
I'm just looking at the amount of CC, the amount of stun available for Cream Esports, and I'm worried that Sleepy Team are never going to be able to set up the Yorn in a comfortable position, because they're just, Z's constantly just going to be stunned out during the fights.
Stuns be stuns, but Cream Esports, they don't have a dedicated attack damage carry. So
Wonder
they're only relying
Woman.
on... Well, Wonder Woman's not going to go attack speed build. It's not going to be Clive Sancti Wonder Woman. Let's be honest here.
The damage of the Wonder Woman Ryoma duo, though, I think makes up for not having an AD carry these days.
Yeah, I mean...
Bold position, but I'll stick to it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not a fan of that Cream Esports lineup, to be quite honest. I think it's a little bit one-dimensional.
Well, we're going to have to see if it's dimensional enough to get themselves a victory. Sleepy Team is down a game to Cream Esports as we find ourselves in the last game of the European region for week number 5.
As the game goes on, Sleepy Team is going to have to force a fight in their own jungle. Cream have got a little too far forward. There's 0-9 with damage coming through, and a little bit of a token toss, or totem toss there, as he's going to be able to get away from that one. And both of these teams, they calm down. They go into the regular phase.
Game number 1, we saw heavy invades. Game number 2, not the case. Neither team wants to take any risks, and Cream Esports, that certainly plays more to their strengths this game. They don't want to have to deal with a Nacroth in the early game. His speed boost means he's going to be very hard to chain down, and their own jungle option, the Ryoma, wants to have his full kit before he starts invading.
Yeah, he does. Nacroth is slowly closing onto level 4. That jungle rotation now completed will mean that he's going to reach level 4. That's when Nacroth comes online. That ultimate and the ganks coming through. It's going to be devastating.
So let's talk Z, because Z's in the bottom lane and has to be the primary source of damage for this team, I feel.
Yeah.
And needs to be protected. Should Z be able to stay alive, particularly be protected by the Baldom of 0-9 right here? That is their ticket to victory, but I think talented Lasso and the capacity he's shown on the character is going to do so much to scare him back.
Oh, Cream's going to be coming in full force. There's Cream with 4 members. 0-9 is going to be the forefront out the fight. There's first shot landing, and there's the pullback. The Lasso's there in good measure. Cream Esports, they do get the kill, and now finally Island Blasts are flying off, but it's just a little bit of poke.
That's kind of what I was worried about, though. It's very hard to play confidently into a Wonder Woman in the bot lane, and that team fight execute from Cream was perfectly timed.
Oh, Abyssal Dragon does get taken down and goes onto the hands of Cream Esports. Nacroth has gone down. Mathro is going to be out of the fight for now. Fekko's on the run of his life, but he gets stunned up by Varus. That's a good job done by Cream Esports as they close up this fight. It's 3-0, and a replay of the last game in terms of scoreline. Abyssal Dragon also in their pockets.
Perfect timing on the bloody fangs from the Varus to stun out the fleeing Nacroth. Even that high mobility character cannot get free from the range of the fight, and Cream Esports with their full stun composition again come out on top.
They do indeed, and Cream Esports, they're looking to close out more objectives here. Spirit Sentinel gets taken down, so that's a little bit of gold going into their pockets. And looking at the gold lead, we do have a 1.4 thousand lead in favor of Cream Esports currently.
Did you just see what the noob did to him? He managed to land the wind cuffs onto the jungle monster the Nacroth of Mathroy was trying to take, and then he gust forested the jungle monster to tie him up, do damage to him, and steal away his farm.
Well, that's a net for you. That's how a net works. I guess Mathroy is a little bit winded. Well, Cream Esports, they're going to be defending the bottom side of the map. 4 members on each of those teams are in the bottom side of the map, so they are looking to potentially gank.
That was a TJ pun. I'm so proud of you. He's completely silent. He's realized what he's done. Cream Esports will rotate down to the bottom lane. They want to be able to push in and scare back Z early. They also have identified that Z is the primary source of damage for Sleepy Team.
Ethereal Pulse is going to be coming through. Frost comes in for a sideline. There's him taking down 2. And now 0-9 is going to be left to his own device under the tower. There's nowhere you can go besides run back, and that's a flicker away. Mathroy tries to fight up against Hot in middle. That's nothing that he can do as Kali comes in as well. Mathroy has to back away from this one.
Frost 2 games in a row, finding sick flanks on the Ryoma. Few tries to even things up, but the bracelets...
Well, there it is. The Ethereal Pulse is coming in. That's Few connect, but Few is going to go down. Talented to pick up the kill there on the Wonder Woman, and Cream Esports 6-0 in the lead.
And Hot's just chilling inside the jungle. Mathroy tried to scare him back, but had to call his dad. Fico comes in, now should get the kill.
Shot. Bye-bye. Oh, never mind.
Oh, the life steal.
Hot
from
gets
his
away.
Passive. The bloody kiss from his passive. That little circle of damage gave him barely enough HP that he survived the Thunderbird because the life steal gave him the HP after the Thunderbird struck.
Yeah, that is going to be the case. Mathroy is going to be low HP. There was an Ethereal Pulse being channeled as well. Alex B did use the Flicker in the hopes of landing a couple of those Ethereal Pulses down onto Mathroy, but that Flicker was to no avail. The Ethereal Pulse ended just as he flickered.
He'll get back to his base, but he's not being able to get a whole lot of farm out, and that's got to be very worrying for Mathroy.
It has to be worrying indeed, because Mathroy is not getting the farm he is looking for.
Every moment he falls behind here in the early game means that he's not going to be effective in the mid game where Nakaroth hits his peak. They needed him to be able to challenge Alex P in the backlines.
Well, Z almost gets oh, that cuff's coming through. Z is going to be of no use there because he is down for the count. 0-9 on the retreat, but he cannot do anything about it. Cream Esports, they show up big once more. A net was what they were looking for, and they got the pick. And because of that, a net, they get 2.
They tie down 2 with the wind cuffs, and the obvious target is Z. You need to focus down Z, so that's what Frost does. He kills Z. But 0-9 really should have escaped, and it is only because of the noob using that Hurricane Wall perfectly, he doesn't.
Yeah, indeed it is. Z once again gonna get caught out. That's another death to his name. 1-10 the scoreline between the two teams. Mathroy going to town on the small camp in the next to the middle there. As the ultimate gets popped, Mathroy is forced to back away.
Z, I get it. You're behind, things have to change, but you can't hold a tower 1v3 by yourself.
Well, 0-3 is going to be his score for now, so he's not having the time of his life anywhere across the map right now. He's struggling to find the farm, and it feels like Cream Esports know it. They're forcing stuff right now.
I felt like Z wasn't able to... Don't worry about it. That was just a shooting star flying across the screen. He saw nothing.
Is Z already your shooting star?
No, because they're struggling. There's a struggling star in Z with 0-3, like you said. Only the Blitzblade to their name. Typically, the most important part of Blitzblade is that it helps you get farm in lane quicker, but Z hasn't been getting lane farm for a solid 3 minutes.
Yeah, that Blitzblade is not helping a lot. I mean, it does provide the attack speed and the lightning strike from time to time in a team fight as well. So it deals a little bit of damage to the backline, even though you are going to be that Yorn.
Yeah, and Z needs that, but I think right now they're just struggling to get the farm. You can see another wave crash against tower, and all the gold from it went to other players. Z is not getting farm.
I don't like Mathroy rotating across the map at all. He needs to be sticking with his team, trying to find the kills and assassination onto the back line, rather than trying to farm solo up against Wonder Woman.
Ooh, Ethereal Pulse!
Off target, it's not going to connect onto the Tulin anymore as the tower gets taken down, and Mathroy, just as I say, he's fighting up against Talented. Talented takes the kill.
Now the pressure onto the high ground.
Oh, there's the cuffs coming through. There's the Wailing Blade coming through as well. The Thunderbird does connect onto the Frost, who's going to be forced away, and there's that Fear Shot coming through across the board for Z, but the Heart Shot did connect beforehand as well, so there's a little bit of good damage coming through.
That was the power, though, that we saw from Mathroy on the Nakaroth. The idea is you split from the team, and I actually don't mind it as long as you're not taking fights. But he tried to 1v1 Talented, and Talented is doing really well.
Well, it seems like everybody on the side of Sleepy Team is struggling to find their footing right now.
Yeah, a little bit just uncoordinated.
It's not even uncoordinated. It feels like they're making individual mistakes and individual characters. Feko gets taken down. Talented, once again, going to be in the forefront of those kills as he's going to go for more. There's the wall. Prison. It's going to be off target. 0-9. There's nothing he can do as Richter gets taken down. 0-9's going to toss Talented away. And the lasso was indeed there, but Sleepy Team, they have lost 2 now once again. And Cream are going to be looking for the high ground.
0-9 just got lassoed back in, so he flickered behind Talented and then wild charged forward. That's wild.
Well, Cream Esports is going to get the high ground tower. Venom was popped by the hands of that Varus on the hut. And Mathroy, he does get a return tower, but it's not going to be of use because your base is going down. Feko is doing all he can to try to defend, but he cannot do enough. View is going to be coming in as that. Richter has a little bit of damage coming through, but the Cream Esports, they do not have the minion wave, crucially enough. Mathroy still on the push factor there, wants to get that second tower down as well. Z is going to be focused down once again. He goes down. View is going to be in the back line, but that's going to be a game-winning push for Cream. If they can stand on the core, Mathroy does not have enough time to base raise this one, and it is going to be Cream closing it out right here and right now, 2-0.